And we'll begin today in child's pose. So separating your knees, mat width distance or so, bring your big toes to touch, sit back onto your heels and start to reach your arms forward. Relaxing the head, neck, and shoulders. Chest starts to feel heavy, forehead feeling heavy. Making this a calming but active pose. So really think about lengthening forward through the fingertips. At the same time, trying to sit deeper onto your heels. And maybe your forehead touches the floor. Maybe there's a block or a pillow to give you some extra support. Wherever you are, start to release from the day, giving yourself the brain space, the body space to just be present for the next 30 minutes. Let's start to connect with our breathing. So taking 3 deep cleansing breaths, exhaling out any stale air to begin. Take a deep, full inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth, making a ha sound. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Last time, inhale. And exhale, release the breath. For the rest of class, breathing in and out through the nose. Always letting that be your anchor, your point of focus if your mind starts to wander. Take an inhale, look up towards your thumbs, and then shift your weight into your palms, bringing the knees directly underneath the hips into tabletop. We'll go into a shoulder stretch to start. So weight comes into the left hand, separate the fingers wide. Inhale, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling, opening the chest, and then exhale, thread the arm underneath the body. So reaching the shoulder towards the floor, the side of the head to the mat. We'll flow here. So press down into the left palm. As you inhale, reach those right fingertips up. Exhale, thread the needle, right shoulder to the mat, side of the head taps down. Press down into the left hand. Inhale, lift up, opening, and exhale, thread it through. We'll do one more time. Inhale, opening up through the right side body. And exhale, thread the arm. And we'll pause here for a couple breaths. You can keep the left hand by the face. Maybe you can walk the fingertips forward for a different stretch. Just breathing into the sensations. If your left arm is extended, bring it back. Pressing down into the palm, reach your right arm up, and exhale, come back to tabletop. Doing that on the other side. So weight comes into the right hand. Inhale, left arm extends up towards the ceiling, opening to the side. And then exhale, thread the arm underneath your body, palm facing up, tap the side of the head, the shoulder down, and go right back up on the inhale. Big opening, big stretch. Exhale, thread the arm down. Inhale, press into the right palm, lift the left fingertips up. Last time through. Exhale, lower it down. Pressing into the right palm. Inhale, lift it up, reach up, look up, and exhale, thread the needle. Pausing here for a deeper stretch. Once again, resting the left side of the head on the floor. Maybe play with walking your right arm forward. Feeling the shoulder blades open. And if your right arm is extended, bring it back towards the face. Separate the fingers wide, press down into the right palm. Inhale, lifts the left arm up. And then exhale, come back to tabletop, hands under shoulders, repositioning the knees under hips, flowing through some cat-cows here. So inhale, lower the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, chin to chest, abdominals pull in, rounding the spine. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the gaze, open the chest. Exhale, press down into your palms, chin to chest. One more time. Inhale, lower the belly button, arching the back. And exhale, tuck the chin to your chest. Feel the space between your shoulder blades puff up. And lower back to a flat neutral spine, looking down between the thumbs, moving into downward facing dog. So tucking your toes under, begin to straighten out the legs, pressing the hips up and back. Option to pedal out the feet here. Always trying to lengthen the spine. So if that means you need to bend the knees deeply, that is completely great. Really relaxing the chest, actively pressing down into the hands, pressing down into the toes. And if you're pedaling your feet, find a moment of stillness in your down dog, looking back between your big toes, reaching the hips up, pressing the chest a little closer to the legs. Next, inhale, look forward and take a walk to the top of your mat, 1 foot at a time, separating the feet hip width distance. We're gonna take 3 halfway lifts. So inhale, press the hands into the shins, lifting the back so it's flat to the floor, looking down. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift, flat spine, pressing into your legs. Exhale, forward fold. One more time. Inhale, lift up halfway, look down. And exhale, forward fold, moving into ragdoll. So keeping the feet where they are. Option to reach for opposite elbows, or you can interlace all 10 fingers behind the nape of the neck. Whatever you choose, just really consciously let the upper body be heavy. Relaxing the face, relaxing the shoulders, shaking the head yes and shaking the head no. Unclenching the jaw, releasing any tension. And then release the grip with your bound, bend the knees generously, and lift up to a mountain pose. 1 vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. When the head is lifted, palms face forward, grounding down into the heels, engage the quads, engage the glutes. Tuck your abdominals in, lift the chest, make this nice and active and strong. You can close your eyes for a couple breaths. Help you get centered. Shoulders soften away from the ears, neck growing longer, crown of the head reaching up. And if your eyes close, slowly start to open them. Take an inhale, reach the arms overhead, interlace all 10 fingers, release your index fingers. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, side body bend to the right. So hands go to the right as the hips go to the left. Trying to keep your shoulders square, your hips square to the front, biceps by the ears. Inhale through center, reach up. Exhale to the left, so bump the hips to the right. Reaching those fingertips over to the left, keeping the chest open, gaze forward. Inhale back through center, lengthen up. Exhale, bend the elbows, cactus out the arms, baby back bend. So maybe the head goes up and back, pressing the hips forward. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, big swan dive forward, leading with the heart. Releasing the head down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, weight into the heels, reach the arms up, reverse the swan dive. Palms touch overhead, and then exhale, go right back down. Nice and slow and controlled. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, circle the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, last time going through, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat spine, look down. Exhale, release, hands come to the floor. Step your right foot, your left foot back into a high plank push-up position. Looking down between your thumbs. Tuck in your abdominals, squeeze the glutes, making our way to our belly. So you can come down onto the knees, bend the elbows, raising the ribs, and lowering down with control. Untuck your back toes. Fingertips move up to the shoulders. Inhale, lifting the upper body, squeezing your elbows together. Feet stay on the floor. Exhale, release, pressing into the palms. Tuck the toes under, making your way to tabletop, and then downward facing dog. Hips reach up and back. Take a deep inhale. Deep exhale. Bringing the left foot to the center of your space. Inhale, reach your right leg up for three-legged dog. Pointing both hip bones down to the floor. Next, exhale, bend the knee, bring it towards the chest. Step your foot in between your hands at the top of your mat. It's completely normal to use your arms to help your foot get there. Moving into a low runner's lunge. So our left leg is straight, high on the ball of the toes. Right knee is bent to a 90-degree angle. And we're just gonna crawl our hands over to the left. So both hands are on the inside of the legs. So we're in a little bit of a modified runner's lunge here. Always the option to come to the knee if you ever need a break. And we will flow here, stretching out our legs. So inhale, straighten out the front leg as much as you can. And then exhale, bend the knee, sink back down into the stretch. Inhale, lengthen up and back. Exhale, bend the knee, lower down. One more time. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, lower it down. Carefully walk the hands to frame the right foot. Carefully bring the left knee to the floor and tuck your back toes, lifting up for a crescent moon lunge. So both hips are pointed forward. Hands can rest on the thigh or overhead by the biceps. Wherever you are, make sure your knee is directly over that right ankle, hips pressing forward. If your arms aren't lifted, inhale, reach them overhead, and then exhale, bend them open to that cactus shape once again. We'll flow here. So on the inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Try to pull the arms outside of your peripheral vision. And then exhale, round your back. Bring the elbows, the palms to touch. Inhale, open up. Exhale, close it down. One more time. Inhale, open the arms out wide. Exhale, bring them together. And then lower your hands to heart center. For a twist, you can stay right here, or you can try to bring your left elbow to the outside of your right leg, keeping the hands pressed together, using that leverage of your elbow against the leg to twist your spine. Maybe you look over to the right and breathe. If you're twisted, slowly, carefully release. Hands frame the foot, untuck the left toe, straighten out the back leg. And from here, we're gonna move into a wide forward fold. So once again, both hands go over to the left, walking them to the center of your mat, pointing both toes in. So you should be in an upside down, wide-legged forward fold. Hands can rest underneath the shoulders. You can reach for opposite elbows or maybe the outsides of the legs. Letting the chest be heavy, crown of the head really reaching towards the floor. And then bring your hands towards your hips and standing back up. Inhale, left foot reaches the right. Take a quarter turn to face the front. And we'll flow back to our down dog. So big swan dive down to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, hands come down, feet step back to downward facing dog. Doing that all on the other side. So right foot comes to the center of your space. Inhale, left leg reaches up and back. Exhale, bend the knee. Try to bring the knee towards the nose and then step your foot in between your hands at the top of your space. Keeping your back leg engaged high on the back toes. Sinking low into the runner's lunge. Gaze can be down or forward. And once again, we'll walk our hands over to the right. You can tent your fingers to give you a little bit more length. And then we'll start to straighten out the front leg as much as you can. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower. Last time, inhale, straighten it out. Exhale, bend the knee, sink it low. Carefully bring the hands to frame your left foot. Once again, bending that back knee to the mat, untuck the back toes, pressing into the front leg to lift the chest, pressing into the thigh or extending the arms up and back, pressing the hips forward. Inhale, reach the fingertips up if they aren't already there. And then exhale, bend the arms into that cactus shape. Once again, we'll do that flow one more time. So inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together like there's a pencil between them. And exhale, round the back, trying to bring the arms to touch. Inhale, open. Exhale, round the back, arms together. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Bringing the hands to heart center, staying right here, or taking the twist, so right elbow comes to the outside of the left leg. Pressing the arm into the left thigh to help you twist. Maybe looking over that left shoulder. Focusing on your breathing. And carefully untwist, come back to center. Hands come down to frame the left foot. Tuck the back toes under, straighten the back leg. And begin to crawl your hands over to the right once again for our second forward fold. So toes point in slightly pigeon-toed. Hips reach up, upper body sinks low. Once again, choosing whatever arm variation that you'd like. Reaching for the floor, maybe the outsides of the legs. Relax the jaw. And then once again, hands come to the hips, ground down into the feet, lifting yourself up to standing nice and slow. Step the right foot to meet the left, arms up overhead. Take a quarter turn to face the front, and then we'll swan dive right back down. Take an inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. From here, we're just gonna bend our knees, making our way onto our glutes, extending the feet forward for a seated forward fold. So moving any fleshy bits from underneath your sit bones, flex both toes back towards the face. Inhale, circle the arms overhead, gaze up, reach up. And exhale, hinge from the hips, reaching for whatever you can grab tonight. So maybe it's the toes, maybe it's the thighs or the calves. Wherever you are, think about lengthening on every inhale and every exhale, folding a little bit deeper. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. And slowly lift yourself up and then make your way onto your back. Bending both knees. When your shoulder blades hit the floor, bend your right knee in towards your chest. You can keep your left leg bent or you can straighten it forward, resting the heel on the mat. We're gonna inhale, reach that right heel up towards the ceiling, and then grabbing either behind the thigh or behind the calf, start to pull your right leg closer towards your upper body. Bending the knee, reaching for the shin, giving the leg a squeeze, and then bring the right leg over to the left for a twist. Trying to keep both shoulders pressed into the floor. You can extend your arms into a T. You can open up to that cactus goalpost shape. You can rest your leg on your arm. Looking up towards the ceiling or over to the right if your neck is okay with that. Feeling the deep twist in your spine. And slowly unwinding, giving your leg a squeeze and then placing the right foot on the floor. Bend the left knee to the chest. Extending the heel up towards the ceiling, keeping the right leg bent, or you can straighten it out, resting the heel down. Reaching for the leg and start to use your upper body strength to pull the leg closer towards your chest. Bending the knee and then lowering into that twist on the other side. So left leg goes off to the right. Left arm can extend out. Taking whatever arm variation you did on the other side. Visualize on every inhale your spine getting longer. And on the exhale, wringing it out. Making your way out of the twist, rolling back onto your back, giving both knees a squeeze. Separating the legs to the outsides of the ribs for happy baby. So you can stay right here, or for a slightly more intense stretch, you can bring the feet so they're parallel to the ceiling, reaching for the outside edges if you can, or you can reach for the outsides of the thighs. Pressing the spine flat, making this active by pulling down with your hands as you press up through the soles of the feet. You can always take a rock from side to side. Maybe play with straightening one leg, straightening the other. And if you're rocking or added some movement, find some stillness Bring the feet together, bring the knees together, give everything one last hug. And when you're ready, making your way to our final resting pose for Shavasana, extending the feet out, let the toes flail open, palms face up. Take a moment to get any wiggles or movement out of your body. Challenging yourself to find complete relaxation and stillness for these last few moments. And as always, if you have the time, feel free to stay in Shavasana. Otherwise, if you want to reawaken, start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Begin to roll out the wrists and the ankles. Shadow. Rock your head from side to side. Reach both arms up behind you. Point your toes forward. Take a full body stretch. Bend the knees towards the chest, rolling over to your favorite side, the right or the left. And then pressing your way up to a seat. You can sit cross-legged, you can kneel, you can sit on the couch. We'll close out our practice together with a cleansing inhale and exhale. So close the eyes down wherever you are, sit really tall. Exhale out any air that you currently have in your lungs. Big full inhale through the nose. Exhale it out through the mouth. Raising the hands to your heart center, thumbs against the chest, bow your head forward in gratitude. Taking a moment to thank yourself for practicing. I thank you for practicing. We bow forward together. Namaste.